NBA action on EA Sports. The Suns win the opening tip. They'll have it first as we get going in the desert. Rubio to Booker. Curling inside. Marcin Gortat with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
To Gortat. George.
So, Ed, my man P. Bev the other day made some comments on social media. I want to get your reaction. He said, I'll tell you right now, we are the best team in L.A. How do you feel about that?
Jay, since the Clippers moved from San Diego, I don't know if that's been the case once. Maybe going back a few years, but LeBron James is in L.A. now. I don't know if Patrick Beverley's right on that one. Rubio into the front court. They're down 3. Goes reverse to lay it in.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
To George. Kawhi Leonard, defended by the lefty Oubre. Fires the 3, and Kawhi Leonard buries the 3 with a hand in his face.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
Here's Rubio into the front court, trailing by 4. Here comes the screen. Booker. Short jumper won't fall. To Leonard. Has a chance. Kawhi Leonard. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Here's Rubio up top. 8-2 our score. In a flash. Scores at the rim.
Not always the first option, but his number was definitely called on that one.
To Leonard. Gortat. Stuffs it down with authority.
There's no stopping that. You either got to double or deny him the ball from the jump.
Into the front court, it's Booker. 10-4 is the score. Rubio. Nice pass to set things up. The drive right to the basket. To Kelly Oubre. Deep right corner. Booker. Here comes the screen. To Kelly Oubre. Kawhi Leonard swats it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Nothing going here on that drive. Leonard. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Rubio into the front court. 9-point margin. To Kelly Oubre. Marcin Gortat able to recover with the block. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Beverley into the front court. His team up by 7. Paul George. Leonard. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. He'll get it down low to Howell. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Good shot.
And the defender's got to take note. Otherwise, that shot's going up all game long.
Booker with it. His team down 9. Trying to cash in. Oh, he was wide open. It's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
A pass stolen by Phoenix. Oubre, knocked loose. Clippers have got it. George to Beverly. George, he made his first effort, but not that time. To Rubio. Curling inside. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Devin Booker trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. To Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. That's now 4. He hasn't missed.
One of the best in the biz right there. Maybe the best.
To Booker. Here's a chance from long range. His first effort off the mark. LA Clippers with the basketball. Paul George to Beverly. Oh, the Suns come up with the steal. Rubio, wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
To Beverly. Lets it fly from long range, and he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. Knocks down the first. Second and 3. Got it. And he hits all 3 free throws. Here's Rubio into the front court. Down 8. Here comes the screen. Oubre to Booker. Nothing going here on that drive. Look out, Devin Booker. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
It's LA Clippers ball. Beverly to Paul George. Nothing going here on that drive. George to Beverly. Lets it fly from beyond the arc.
That's his second personal.
Patrick Beverly is going to get 3 shots here. He's perfect from the line so far. And he connects on the first free throw. Second and 3 is good.
For the Clippers, number 23.
Knocks down all 3 at the line. Into the front court. It's Booker. He'll run the offense. Oubre to Booker. Baseline drive. Got it.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Jay, the Clippers last year were 2 games better than 500. Pretty amazing when you think about what they dealt with.
Most definitely. But everything for this Clipper organization starts with Lou Williams. He is the stud for this team. It's the second time in his career he's been named 6th man of the year. And that's why they signed the 31-year-old to a 3-year, $24 million deal.
Booker with it. Looking to make something happen. Second and a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Leonard to Williams. Leonard to Williams. Five seconds to shoot. Williams. Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Into the front court. It's Booker. Trailing by 10. Baseline drive. Turns and slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
To Leonard. Paul George. To Beverly. A pass stolen by Phoenix. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
That's what they need to do more of. Attack that basket. Hit them where it hurts.
Clippers have the basketball. To George.
Hey, left.
A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
And he finishes at the rim.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here, because that was not an easy look.
Leonard. To Beverly. Throws it down.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. To Leonard. George. And count the basket inside.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
To Kelly Oubre. To Booker. From the painted area, won't go down. To Paul George. Beverly. To Leonard. Paul George. To Leonard. George. He engulfed him that time.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Kawhi Leonard with a piece.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. George to Williams. Paul George to Leonard. George. Textbook defense. Booker with it. Now down 6. Has a look. Tough shot. Hand in his face. He makes them pay.
Ooh, I'm telling you from experience, his teammates will never let that one down.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Leonard to Beverly. George to the outside to George. Gets it at the top of the key. Paul George to Beverly. George. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
LA Clippers with the basketball to Beverly. George.
That's his first personal.
Paul George is going to get a chance at 3 here. A career 84% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. It's the second. One more coming. Perfect from the line. Hits all three of them. Into the front court. It's Booker. They can go 2 for 1 if they hurry. Has a chance. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Paul George. Knocked loose. Clippers have it.
My fault. My bad.
Deep three at the buzzer. That ends the first quarter. The Clippers have the lead. 1 quarter in the books, and Jay, naturally, both coaches wanted to get more stops. But, boy, was that fun to watch.
Yeah, I got to hedge the bet because I got to talk to the defense right now. You have to actually play defense on people to stop people in this league.
George. To Leonard. Shot from the lane won't go. A drive baseline, but the shot won't go.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
1 free throw, count it. It's a 3-point play, and the lead up to 8. Crawford to Rubio. Ricky Rubio, 3 for 3 in this first half.
Ricky's never really been the guy to look for his shot first, though he did average a career high in points per game last season, and it all starts with that blow-by first step that sets up his opponent.
To Beverly. Leonard had made his first couple, but he misses there. Knocked loose, and that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers, so it stays with Phoenix. Substitution being made in this one.
For Los Angeles, number 51.
Mikal Bridges. And finally, play is stopped on the tie-up. They're set to jump it up to see who gets possession. Leonard. Not going down here.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
To Beverly. 4-3. Shot no good. You know Beverly can appreciate good defense. Crawford. Well, you can't do that.
A simple touch foul.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own.
Entering the game for the Suns, number 16.
To Mikal Bridges. For 3. That's off the side of the rim, short. Paul George to Leonard. Going to launch beyond the arc. Second effort. Straight on look. Leonard. Oh, the Suns come up with the steal. Great feed. Cashes in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
These breakdowns happen because a team lacks communication. You have to point towards your man, keep that butt towards the baseline, and make sure you communicate through every screen.
It's Suns ball. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw.
And hits the first free throw. 2 for 2 on that trip. To Beverly. George. Leonard to Gortat. LA with 4 to shoot. Gortat to Leonard. The shot clock expires. Time for some new personnel into the game. Clippers have got it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Leonard to George. From long range. Paul George locked in. Hits the tough 3.
And this squad just continues to light it up from long range. One of the things I learned about teams like this, teams that fall in love with a three-point shot, as quickly as they build the lead is as quickly as they can lose it if they're over-reliant on the three-point shot.
Suns with the basketball. Rubio. Surveys the floor to Rubio. Driving right to the basket. Took it down the lane, but it's no good. To Leonard. To Paul George. Leonard. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. It's good. And the foul. And he's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
If you're the defender, you can't keep your hand outwards in the pocket of the shooter. The offensive player recognized that. He raked his arms into yours on his way up to take the shot. That's a foul every time.
Kawhi Leonard with a chance at a 4-point play. Hasn't missed yet. With the fadeaway, burns him for the basket.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
It's LA Clippers ball. Kawhi Leonard matched up with Kelly Oubre Jr. Probing the defense. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Beverly. That's good D. Shot no good. To Booker. Trying to cash in. Wide open look. Won't go. Williams to Beverly. Leonard. To Williams. Lou Williams. He's 2 for 2 now.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Booker with it. His team down 9. Yes, when this guy's open, look out. Nearly automatic.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Leonard. He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Short jumper misses. Beverly into the front court. Lead stands at 10. To Leonard. Beverly. Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good. to Kelly Oubre. Oh, defender pulling the chair. Clippers have the basketball. Leonard to Gortat. Yes, marching Gortat. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Receive courtside seats and a halftime presentation in his or her honor. Nominations can be submitted on our team.
Beverly into the front court. His team leads it by 10. Korver to Williams. Beverly. He is yet to hit one tonight. No good. Booker. Deep right corner. Gets to the basket, but it's no good.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
Korver to Beverly. Dario Saric sends it away. Into the front court. It's Booker. Down 8. And the rebound taken by the Clippers. To Gortat. Beverly. No good. That's great defense. And scores.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To Williams. Korver. To Beverly. Williams. Beverly. Tough shot. Well defended. Aaron Baines powers it through.
People at home, did you know that Aaron Baines played rugby growing up? He knows no other way but to be physical on the court because that's how he leaves his mark.
To Beverly. Korver. To Beverly. Fires the 3. He's going to keep shooting them, but he misses yet again.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Beyond the arc for 3, and he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Booker to Kelly Oubre. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Tyler Johnson at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 77% at the line. Oops, he missed the first one. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Timeout called here by the Clippers as they'll talk things over in a 1-point basketball game.
An effort only fully releases its reward after a person refuses to quit. What I like about this team is that they continue to execute. As a coach, we used to talk about it all the time. I would hear it every single day. Execute, execute, execute. But if you can play with energy and execute, that's the formula for success.
Leonard to Beverly. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Beverly and his rolls from deep continue. It's no good again.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Ricky Rubio rejects it. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Ricky Rubio. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Phoenix has the ball. Clippers have it. Beverly to Leonard. Add 2 points to the board.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Booker with it. They're down 3. And he buries it.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
Leonard to Beverly. Knocked loose. Taken by the Suns. Cruises inside for 2.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Here's Rubio up top. Under a minute to go before halftime. To Booker. He connects, had all the time in the world. Too easy.
The assist from number 11, Ricky Rubio.
Stuffs it down with authority. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
To Booker. The drive right to the basket. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Frank Kaminsky has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 76% from the line. First one goes down. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. From the outside, no good.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Fires the 3. The rookie, Gilgeous-Alexander, with the 3.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making a shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing here.
Goes down. A 3 at the buzzer. How about that end to the first half as they take the lead into the locker room. Time expires to end the first half. The Suns have the lead.
The Suns have themselves a close game after 2 quarters. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Phoenix Suns. The Clippers aren't down by too much at the half. And that deficit is a negative, of course, but I do see it positive. I really like how they move the ball, keeping each other involved offensively. They've got a nice flow to their game today. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Bench points.
The coaches are getting the kind of bench production that can make for some interesting rotations. Keep an eye on the substitution patterns in the second half.
Player of the half.
Devin Booker did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half.
Here's our top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to...
Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Rubio into the front court. Lead is 2. Marcin Gortat snatching it out of the air.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Defense, let's go.
And the basket good at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Phoenix with it. Rubio. Tough matchup against George. Mikal Bridges. Terrific vision. Rebounds taken down by Leonard. And the slam.
I mean, if you have athletic ability like that guy offensively, as soon as you beat your man, if you don't beat him off the ground for the jump, you have no chance.
Here's Rubio into the front court. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Leonard to George. Leonard to Paul George. Here's a chance from long range. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
His scoring has definitely cooled off, but you have to give the defense some credit. They're denying him the ball and really making him work once he catches it.
And a whistle.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Team foul number 1. Everybody clap your hands.
Knocks down a tough shot. Now a smothering defense.
When I played, and I see guys do this all the time, when you shoot, the target isn't the basket. The target is actually before you even go into the shot. The target are your hands defensively. If your hands are down and you give me clear vision towards the bucket, that shot's definitely going up.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Patrick Beverly at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw's good. A three-point play, and with that, they go up by 3. It's Phoenix ball. And the reward, he's going to the line.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
First one, count it. Able to convert on both free throws. Here comes the screen. Leonard to George. Strong finish for Paul George.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Suns control the possession. And he'll go to the foul line.
No. I'll tell you, the team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
So he hits the first, misses the second. Leonard, a pass stolen by Phoenix. To Rubio. Paul George! Tips it. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Paul George. Rubio to Mikal Bridges. Over to the right side. Lets it fly from long range. Buries the wide open three. That's too easy.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Short jumper stays out. Mikal Bridges with the strong finish. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
It's Suns ball. Marcin Gortat. Huge block. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Marcin Gortat. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Knocked loose. Clippers have got it. Beverly. Here comes the screen. He improvises and scores. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Screen coming. To the rim, lays it up and in.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Rubio against Paul George. DeAndre Ayton. From the painted area, won't go down. Off the assist.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. That is great vision to set it up. Easy path to the rim.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Kawhi Leonard, guarded by Kelly Oubre. Fakes, drives to the rim, and scores.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's a problem city.
Rubio to Kelly Oubre. Wide open look, won't go.
This game is all about the small victories, though. The execution on that play was on point. You keep executing like that, those shots are going in eventually.
Lays it up and in.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Suns with the basketball. Rubio. Sizing up the defense. Clippers have it. Leonard to Paul George. And the finish at the rim.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Now the Suns coach gonna signal for a timeout. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. It's good, And one.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Free throw good as he finishes off the three-point play. They're back within a bucket. LA Clippers with the basketball. George up against Oubre. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
Bread and butter, and there are few that can do it better off the screen.
Here's Rubio up top. His guys trail now by 4. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
You go back to the principles. Things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade is called the shell drift. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
To Rubio. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Goes to the left side. Korver to Leonard. Oh, he had him there for a second. And count the basket.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive. But when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Paul George to Leonard. It's PG for 2. Taking advantage of the defender. Nice ball fake.
Yeah, I've been in this situation before. Just raise your hand. We got to switch.
Rubio against George. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Leonard gets it in the left corner. PG lets it fly. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error. Phoenix has the ball. Here comes the screen. Probing the defense. Gets it to go. Someone clearly missed their rotation.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Rubio into the front court. The deficit is 6. Kyle Korver pins it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
George guarded by Kelly Oubre. Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. George. Oh, that's how it's done.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a 3 is like shooting a layup.
Now the Suns going to signal for a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Some lineup now for both clubs. Count it.
I wasn't quite expecting him to get there, but I can be wrong. Sometimes, not a lot, but maybe sometimes.
Screen coming. Leonard. Well defended.
Shoot or shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
To Beverly. Leonard. To Beverly. Oh, had him going there for a second. Beverly. LA with 4 to shoot. Beverly's shot no good.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him, out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. It's LA Clippers ball.
Screen's coming. Here it is.
Take stock of the floor. Deep left corner. Just not going down. Here's Rubio into the front court. The deficit now up to 5. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Beverly. Gets a look. Can't hit.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter, but the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
That ends the third quarter. The Clippers are out in front. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. And you have to figure they like this spot they're in, entering the quarter with the lead on the road.
Yeah, but Ed, I disagree. As a player, I'm not really worried about how big the lead is right now. I'm worried about what kind of energy we're going to enter the fourth quarter with, more important.
To Beverly. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Nice pass to get things going.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. And the finish, slam dunk.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs a guard on the next play down the court.
Beverly to George. Has a look. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Crawford. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Doesn't have the touch. No good.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
And draws the foul.
Yes, I love this move. Send him to the line. Chances are probably good he doesn't make both. And you also stop the clock while getting another possession.
Off the mark on the first free throw. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Clippers have the basketball. Surveys the floor. George in a matchup with Booker. To Beverly. Gortat rocking the rim.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
Yeah, what is that, dog? Come on, man.
Number 21, Patrick Beverly.
To Booker. Driving right to the basket. Marcin Gortat sends it away.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
And a nice finish at the rim.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The result, he's going to the line.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Here comes the screen. Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. Kawhi Leonard. The screen sets him up for 2.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guarantee it.
Phoenix with it. Booker to Crawford. Booker to Crawford. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Beverly. He'll get it down low to Harold. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
Knocks down the first.
For Phoenix, number 3.
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. It's Phoenix ball. Crawford to Kelly Oubre. Off the assist.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
George to the basket, but it won't go.
One of the best-kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
Crawford to Booker. Throws it down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's
George, guarded by Devin Booker. To Beverly. Oh, he had him there for a second. George. And counted at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Crawford. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. To Leonard. Stuffs it down with authority.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Count the bucket for 2.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
Paul George to Gortat. Frank Kaminsky with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
And Jay, they call the foul.
A simple touch foul.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Knocked loose. Clippers have got it. Kawhi Leonard up against Oubre. Here comes the screen. And scores. Strong take.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Suns control the possession. To Booker. Crawford. Passed it off. Count the basket at the rim.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Leonard to Williams. Had him going there for a second. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
Crawford to Booker. Whistle sounds. We have a tie-up. Jump ball. New blood coming in for both sides. Beverly into the front court. His team up by 7.
Right.
Screen coming. Beverly to Leonard. The Suns come up with the steal.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
From the painted area, won't go down. Booker to Kelly Oubre. The drive, right to the basket. 4-3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Beverly. Nice pass to set things up.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Into the front court. It's Booker. Down 6. To Rubio. And too much contact.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Oubre. Montrezl Harrell swats it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Leonard to Gortat. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
First try at the line, no good. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second.
Defense, let's go. Screen left.
Leonard, he'll get it down low to Harrell. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
To Booker. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Marcin Gortat. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Booker. Nice finish at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To Williams. Leonard. To Williams. Leonard. And he'll head to the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Montrezl Harrell. Couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. First try, no good. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Booker with it. His club's staring up at an 8-point deficit.
2 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
He gets it.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
To Beverly. Yes, Marcin Gortat. Looking good. 4 for 5.
The okie doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Great pass to set it up. Montrezl Harrell able to recover with the block. Time to shuffle things up. Booker to Kelly Oubre. Montrezl Harrell with a piece.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Beverly to Gortat. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Marcin Gortat at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 67%. And gets both to drop at the line. It's Suns ball. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
George to Beverly. Ricky Rubio sends it away.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Here's Rubio up top. His guys trail by 10. Runner here won't go down. To Gortat. Leonard to Paul George. Shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Devin Booker in his own desert. No one in sight, and he takes advantage.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they get a good win on the road. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Clippers edged out a close victory in today's game. They did an incredible job with the three ball, getting plenty of points from long range. As a squad, they were able to take advantage of a perimeter defense that couldn't lock them down. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Suns are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss. The way they shot the ball was outstanding, but even still, it wasn't enough to get the result they wanted. More often than not, you're going to win games when you shoot the ball as well as they did here today. Here are the guys who put up the most points to the Phoenix Suns.
Game track. Assists.
I was really impressed by the way these teams shared the ball. As you can see in these highlights, the ball movement was spectacular. It can't be said enough. The extra pass can make all of the difference.
Player of the game.
Kawhi Leonard was aggressive today with his scoring, getting his points right at the basket. He put down a crazy number of dunks in today's matchup. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a look at the upcoming games for the Phoenix Suns. This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.